Hello, world. This is Ethan Dangerwing, the director of dopeness here at the Arts Garage. Arts Garage is bringing the art and music directly to you. You've been supporting us for so many years, and we want to return the favor. What I have for you now is some live poetry from the host of our open mic poetry night, Marnino. Take it away.
What's happening in Arts Garage online? I want to share a couple of poems with you all. And what better way to start off your day, your evening, your night than with some love? So this poem right here is a love poem for anybody out there. Let's exchange moonlit walks on the beach for sunlit walks on the moon. Let's exchange candles for torches and love like riots. Kiss like fire until we make the sun jealous. Let's exchange deja vu for dreams. To my next lover, can you make my past fade into a slate? Can you make time stand still before your glimmer? Can you re-engineer my smile just enough for you to reflect off of it? Can we fall into something? But replace I love yous for Novocaine so when we hurt each other, like I know we will, we could pretend like these broken hearts is a sprain that could be medicated with just a little bit of I'm sorry. To my next lover, let's just promise not to let it hurt too much. Not to let it hurt too long. That type of pain can only mean that it's broken. Let's pretend like there's a warranty on our hearts and we could get it back brand new if it's ever abraded. To my next lover, I'm tired of being hurt. And if that means replacing romancing for one night stands, then be the girl to lift me off my feet when the night falls. Be the girl whose name I never learned, not because I didn't care, but because I was afraid of falling in love again. Can we literally fall in love? So when we wake up from the hard landing, we'll realize we survived it together. Can we make love like we're young, but be blissed like 80-year-old retirees, skin like stone? Skin like wax who romance the younger days. I fiend for love. Like there's a kaleidoscope of butterflies in my belly and earthquakes in my back. I want to get nervous like I met you every single day. Want to know you better than you know yourself. Like how there's mountains at the edge of your fingertips, calluses from when you used to play guitar, or calloused heart from when you used to love too hard, or how you're afraid of falling in love. But you love being afraid with me. To my next lover, when Cupid tries to wound and inflame our hearts, I will catch him by the wings, hoard him, make him a prisoner of our love, make him a believer of our love, till we love like Venus and Mars. And when they ask, who is your next lover? I will say, you are it. Cool. Nice. All right, so that's that. So, for all the lovers out there, I hope that that's something that you guys can rock with in these hours. So we're going to keep it going, right? So with that being said, I'm what is known as the greatest sign of all, for all of my people who are into astrology. I'm a Gemini, right? And it's there. It's in an official book, yeah, right? It's an official book somewhere in the Library of Congress, definitely there. So for all of the other signs, it's okay to be second. And no, so I wrote this poem because I feel like we're misunderstood, though, right? A lot of times people don't get it, So for all the lovers out there and all the lovers who are Geminis, this is for you. She'll send, hey. I'll smile at each extra wire, Morse code for come closer. I'll respond with, what's up? Play it as cool as I possibly know how to, with fire at the edge of my fingertips. I really want to say, hey, beautiful. I've been waiting in front of my phone like a DMV. It seems like a message from you is the only thing that gives me drive any longer, but I'll just say, what's up? She'll then say, so, I was wondering, what's your sign? And I'll respond, Gemini. But she'll see stop, do not enter, dead end, warning, danger, emergency signal ahead, construction zone, sharp curve to right. The first thing she'll say is, no, I can't deal with y'all crazies. I'll then say in response, at least I'm not a Scorpio. She'll laugh out loud, almost forget she thinks she knows everything about me. She'll say, so which twin am I texting today? I'll say it depends. Which one do you like? She'll laugh again, then say, there's no twin. Just me, a bruised story, waiting for somebody to touch me with care. When she asks me about my two personalities, I'll tell her, dating a Gemini is like having two boyfriends and not having to delete either of their texts. She'll respond with 3 laughing emojis. I'll then say I don't have multiple faces, but I am intersectional. I'll tell her the Gemini she gets is the energy she gives, and I'll tell her we just feel stronger. And because of it, you'll never find anybody who kisses like a Gemini. We can catch shards of glass from between your lips before they even touch. She'll say, huh? I say that's a metaphor for the way we can unbreak your heart, the drunken way we can make love stumble out of your mouth, your hand. She'll say, y'all are too unpredictable. I'll say, so is Florida's weather. But ain't it gorgeous when it rains and shines at the same time? I'll say, who better get shipwrecked with? I say, knowing everything about tomorrow is God's job, and I'm not God. Wink face, devil emoji. She'll send a side smirk and say, stop playing. And I'll say, I could never play you because Geminis aren't players. I'll then say I'm lying. Admit to our allergy to consistency. Say there's something about running that just reminds us of wings. I'll say, but it's not like us to cheat either. I'll tell her we are loyal like air, loyal to a fault, how we can even follow broken relationships to seabed. She'll say, y'all get bored too quickly and give up. And I'll say, lucky you'll still have my twin Gemini, are both a treble and a bass clef, a sharp and a flat, polar opposites that play the most beautiful music together. I'll tell her, who doesn't love the sound of music? I'll tell her, having a Gemini is like having a 10,000 song playlist you've made. Something unfamiliar and familiar at the same time. Something to get lost in. A scavenge for dopamine. I'll tell her, let's get lost together. She'll send a blush emoji. She'll say she loves music. Then she'll say she's a Pisces, and I'll say, never mind. Great. All right, yeah, so nothing against Pisces, really. A little bit. What's up, y'all? So I have one last poem for you. This poem comes from a real place. It comes from Bills. Like, this poem definitely comes from a real place, which is Bills. You know, I remember being younger and saying, hey, I want to grow up so fast, and I can't wait to be 25 and 21 and all the whatever those milestones were. And then you get older and you realize, like, bills exist. So this poem is essentially an ode to adulting. This poem is called Adulting, alternatively titled Growing Up. Nah, you could keep that. This poem is called Is There Such Thing as Growing Down? If so, can I do that instead? Alternatively titled Benjamin Button didn't really have it that bad. This poem is called Sorry, Mom. Can I Move Back In? Also called Doctor's Appointments. How to Book Them Without Your Mama, or Dinner. How to Cook Without Your Mama, or Living. How to Do It Without Your Mama. This poem is called They Really Did Want All That Money Back. Also referred to as Student Loans, The Real Mafia. The perfect name for this poem. And it has the longest name ever. Maybe I shouldn't have taken out those student loans so I could put a down payment on a car that has a car note and guzzles gas like an alcoholic. This poem could also be called Bad Financial Decisions, or What to Do When You're Not Born Rich. This poem could also be called So I Have to Work Every Day. But I prefer to call it Since When Was Everything So Expensive, or Credit Score. How to fail a test you didn't know you were taking in the first place. The perfect name for this poem, actually. Homeless, To Be or Not to Be, or I Thought High School was supposed to prepare you for real life. Something subtle like senior year, The Final Frontier. This poem is called Life After College. Better known as So You're Telling Me This Degree Doesn't Automatically Get Me a Job. Not to be confused with This Is My 6th Time Changing My Major because none of them will get me a job. This poem is called Everything Needs Insurance. Like, even me. Shouldn't insurance be, optional? This poem's name will be Accidentals. How to Make a Paycheck Disappear, or Autopay. The Story of the Thief I Let Into My House. But this poem could also be called Puberty, At Least That's Over. Or I'm Smarter Today Than I Was Yesterday. Or I'm still younger today than I will be tomorrow. This poem will be told in my mom and dad's living room amongst bearded and breasted babies. It could be called Looking Back. How beautiful it is to reminisce, or finding yourself doesn't mean that you're lost, just that there are more pieces left to your puzzle. This poem could be called When I Have Kids, the Stories I'll Tell Them. Not to be mistaken for Dear God, I'm not ready for this baby. or its sequel, I'm Never Having Sex Again, or the trilogy, I Had Sex Again, or the tetralogy, Dear God, I'm Not Ready for This Baby Again. But this poem is called Growing Up Was Nothing Like I Expected, but alternatively titled Healthy Things Grow. And when I write this poem, it will be about stress and anxiety and confusion, but it will remind me that I made it here today. Thank you, guys. Yeah.